I need some help from you guys. I've started toying around with the idea of converting my truck into an electric truck. Why would I do that? So I like my truck, right? I like the AEV package. I think they did a hell of a job getting this truck set up. So I'd like to keep it the way it is. So I can't just go to a dealership and buy a Hummer EV, for example, and say, oh, now I've got an electric truck. No, I want it to look exactly the way my truck looks right now, but on electric. I want to fix some things like the dead spots. I've got some dead spots in the vehicle that I would like to fix. Like when I'm about to pass a car on the highway, it's a really, really big dead spot where there's just nothing going on, and then it picks up. Could I do creative things like try to put it in manual mode and this and that and this? Perhaps, but it's kind of a lot of work to do every single time. So I'm thinking maybe electric, right? And the electric revolution is coming, whether we like it or not. So it's probably a good time to start having these conversations and finding out what is it missing, what is it lacking, why are people converting, why they're not converting. So I'm trying to have that conversation with you guys to figure out, would I do it? Why wouldn't I do it? You know, if money wasn't an object, not saying that it's not. I'm saying if I had the money, should I do it, right? And how much would it cost, right? And how much would it take to give me the same amount of range that I kind of have in the truck right now, which is about 400. I'll put it down here in the description because I do track my mileage religiously, and I'll actually just put a little thing up here showing you exactly what it gets. But I want to get the same range, so about 400, right? And I know the Hummer EV is out. It weighs about 9,000 and some pounds. This truck weighs about 9,000 and some pounds. I'll put the actuals at the bottom here. So from that perspective, we weigh the same amount. I could take out my engine, which weighs about 1,000 pounds, right? I take out the transmission at about 500 pounds-ish, I think. So that's 1,500 worth of space for batteries, right? Or room for batteries. So I put that in. I've got 40s in my truck, right? The spare tire sits in the back of the truck. So it's a little bit messy right now because I'm working on a project, but you can see the tire back there. So it takes up about half, almost, of the room that's in this bed. So this bed, I don't usually use it for a lot of the things that I would like to use it for. So what I was thinking is if I was to find a home for that tire somewhere else, maybe a swing out or something like that on the back, could I then put batteries in the back of this and solve some of my issues with where am I going to put all that battery? And then if we go underneath the truck, you guys can see I've got my spare down here as well. So that's another spot where I could put some batteries as well. You know, that's what I'm thinking anyways, because I don't need that spare. And yes, I don't know why it's still down there. I do see it all the time. I'm like, I should take that down, but it's still up there. So this exhaust would go away as well, which creates a little bit more room underneath here to put more batteries as well. So another thing that jumps at me is towing, right? I've got good towing capacity on this. You can see that's a 2.5 or whatever it is receiver on there for some massive amounts of towing. I don't want to lose that. I want to keep the vehicle as practical as it is right now. So again, another conversation piece, right? Like, hey, if you were to convert it, could you still tow as much as you do? I know the Hummer EV tows 12,000 pounds as an electric vehicle, and I know that's going to change your range, etc, got it. But let's have those conversations as well and figure out how that would affect that. So I'd need enough batteries to go 500 miles at the most, right? So if anybody knows the calculations or what it takes to calculate that and come up with that number, also interested in hearing that kind of information. Somebody wants to partner to do this project together, also interested in hearing what that might sound like or what that might look like. But this is just an initial thought that I had, not saying I'm going to do it, but just something that popped into my head like, hey, if electric is coming, why not embrace it? Why not start thinking about it, or at least have a conversation about it and see what we can do about it? So looking forward to hearing your guys' thoughts and opinions, hopefully all constructive stuff, right? Not just, that's dumb. You know, it's like, okay, got it. I'm just trying to hear what's after the dumb. You know, that's dumb because, that's smart because, not just, oh, yay, good idea. Like, I just actually want to have a conversation about it. So if you're in the field, or if you're just a guy with a truck and you've been thinking about it, or maybe you're a guy with a truck and you're not thinking about it, want to hear everybody's opinions one way or the other. Peace.